like Cindy said, was working in retail. For those of you guys who don't know me, been working for retail practically since I started working. 16 years old. Was a store manager running the store for about 5 years. Long hours, underpaid. They tricked me when I was at AM, said, oh, you're running your own business, you're in charge of the store, you got your own keys, you make your own schedule, you do all that good stuff. So if there goes, put me on, I'm gonna do it. It's a trick to that, it's a trap. Schedules, there was a bunch of different guidelines. I thought I could take whatever day I wanted to take off. No Fridays, no Saturdays, maybe Sundays. You work every Monday. So it was, a trap. So, when I got introduced to Primerica, I'm like, well, that's the business I'm looking for. And we all want to run a business. We want to build our business. And I'm going to talk about a little bit of that today. And, it's this opportunity, guys, for those of you that, we're all here today because we see something in it. It's awesome. It's changed my life. Bianca and I, took us from, one position to a whole another position, which is outstanding. Seeing all the great leaders here, gives me the confidence to believe that I can do it. And you got to believe in yourself that you can do it. But, I'm going to get a little bit into, building the business because that's what we're here for. We're all here to build the business and, make our dreams and stuff come true. So, forget about everything and we're going to think about what we need to do when we start a business. And I'm going to take an example, what Brett Burke said, like opening up a restaurant. When you open up a restaurant, there's steps to it. We got to get the location, we got to get tables, we got to get food, we got to get all that stuff that we need to properly run a restaurant. But guess what? We need money to do that. Just like Brett Burke said, and just like me, I don't have the money to go open a restaurant. So that's, the first step. We need licenses, we need permits to make sure that we can do that stuff. And also, we got to build a team. We got to hire people. We need cooks. We need hosts. We need waiters. We need a manager to manage the restaurant. We need all that stuff, which are called employees. And we got to build our client base. We got to get customers in our stores. We got to get, in the restaurant. We got to get people to come and, dine in, eat with us, purchase our food, whatever the case may be. But like I said, to do all that stuff, you need money to do that. And that's something that I don't have. I don't have the money to go build the business. But here in Primerica, the locations are already provided. The materials are all, POL, they're in the office, everything's here. So when I see that opportunity, I'm like, wow, I'm going to take advantage of it. I could build my business here, and I don't need a ton of money to do it. $99, I was like, right here, $99, give me a shot to build my business. So that's something that's provided to us to build our business. But when you're building your business here in Primerica, you have to do the same thing. We got to build the team, which I believe is the strongest part in building your business is recruiting, prospecting. I know it seems strange because it was strange to me. It seemed weird because I was recruited. Every job I had, I was the one on the other side of the table being interviewed for that opportunity. I was, pretending to be someone that, he wanted me to be, telling him, talking in a way that I never even spoke. I was walking out like, wow. Something pretty good, But, we got to get in the habit of, putting ourselves on that other side. We're the ones that got to go recruit because we're building our business. The same way that guy wants to find the perfect person to run his business, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for people to help us run our business, help us succeed, help us grow. And, we just got to, go out there and prospect. When you're uncomfortable, I was nervous, I was scared. I remember Tim and Anita went on vacation, and I was still going through training and stuff, so, now here I go. I got to do the presentation. I got to do everything on my own. So, Cindy, we did a quick, this is how you do it, this is how you go, and I was like, all right, cool. I was nervous. I was scared. I couldn't look at the client. I was looking on the table. I was red. I was stuttering. It just sucked. But, the more you do it, the better you get at it. And that's what we got to focus on. We got to do all three things together. And what I mean by that is we got to get people licensed. We got to get them licensed, put them through class, make sure they're licensed. We got to build our team. We got to go prospect. And we got to build a client base. We got to do all those three things together. And we got to teach our teammates and train them to have that mindset to do it all together. Don't just focus on getting your license. Get your license, you didn't prospect, you didn't do nothing, you learned the business, but now you're starting from square one because now you got to go do all that. Get licensed while you're in the process of getting your license. Recruit, talk to people everywhere you go, and and the clients are going to come. That's something that I didn't understand was where do I get my clients? But when you recruit people and you're talking to people, if they don't join the company, they're gonna like what we, the products we offer, which obviously we all agree they're great. And just a couple ways to prospect, everywhere you go, just get names and numbers. I know in the beginning is rough, because now, I still, when I walk out, be like, man, I should have got that girl's number. Well, yeah, I not like that, but, I should have got that guy's number. I should have said guy. But, just run back in there, and tell them, can I get your name and number? I'm in charge of expanding my business and stuff like that. I'm looking for people like yourself. And normally they do, they're looking for another opportunity, and that's something, like me, when Tim told me, I was like, yeah, here's my name and number, call me, ASAP, even though there was some conflicts because I was a little nervous and scared. And call them back, call them back. If they don't answer, leave a voicemail. And when you leave the voicemail, leave a very encouraging voicemail. Be positive, be pumped up when you're talking to them, and because they're going to be like, wow, this guy is, whoa, like he's awesome, I'm going to give him a call right back. And then set the appointment, set an appointment to sit down, and, see when you can sit with them, give them 2 days that you're available and 2 times, don't give them a bunch of different options to say when you're free, because you might lose that guy, or he might be like, I'll call you next week, and then next week comes and you forgot about him, or he just never called. And, like I said, we're used to being recruited. We got to train ourselves to be the recruiter, be out there looking for people. And the way I trained myself was, obviously, this opportunity was introduced to me, so why not introduce it to everybody else? Everybody else I've run into, why not show them what Primerica is about? It changed my life. I don't know what that person's situation may be. Might be not as bad as mine, might be worse, so why not, give them a shot? And then the other thing I focus on when you're building your business is training your recruits, because you want them, if you're good, or, if you're Dustin Lewis, I want a bunch of him. I want to train all my guys to be like him, and train your recruits to be as good as you, if not better, because they can be better than you, and when you sit down with them and you do the recruit, you do their IBA, you want to set orientation 24 to 48 hours later. You don't want to wait 3-4 days. You want to give them something to look forward to. And when you set an orientation, when you have them in the office or you meet them at the house, you want to set appointments that day. You want to get your recruit motivated in a way where he's going to look forward to, I'm off Tuesday, but I'm meeting with, Dustin, or I'm meeting with Cindy, or I'm meeting with Tim to get some, this appointment, to do this KT, or to get my first recruit. I'm going to finally start seeing this happen, because they start doubting themselves and they start thinking too much, and before you know it, you can't get in contact with them no more. Another thing is working one-on-one, work with every teammate one-on-one, build their confidence, whatever training you want to do, work on that with them, have, answer their questions, because, we all have a ton of questions when we first start. Group, having training meetings with just your teammates. I did my first one finally a couple of weeks ago Sunday. It was awesome. The teammates that were there, got a lot of feedback. It was a lot of feedback from them. They learned a lot of stuff, and they're growing, they're getting better. And then another thing that I just started doing is having conference calls. And this is something that Cindy told me and Gary Postinelli was you want to have conference calls with your team. You want to keep them up to date. You want to keep them posted on what's going on. You want to keep them motivated. I had the honor to have Dustin Lewis, Thursday night, get on my conference call. I text my team, I told my teammates at the end of the conference call, whoever's in and wants to really build this big, text me. I got so many texts that they were in. Some of them were cursing on their texts. I'm effing in and I'm this, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That's what they're fired up. And it's not me. I'm just telling them what Primerica has to offer. Dustin was fired up. He got a contest going on, with Todd and Jose. Got them fired up where they were going at it before, but now it's worse than ever. And you want to set those competitions, in your team. And that's something that I definitely, took from Dustin is setting competitions. We all got to compete. Keep your business growing, keep them competing because they're motivating each other. And I like to compete and stuff like that. And I know, Todd and Jose, we're going to have a competition with Dustin's team. Two of his top guys against you guys. Because you guys, like you say, competing against each other. We're going to compete against him and keep it going, because it's going to make his guys better, it's going to make you guys better, and it's going to build your business. So within your teams, find competitions and challenge another team, because I play sports and I like challenges. I don't care how good you are, Dustin, I'm down for it, we got to keep it fun, have fun, keep going. Also, when you're building your business here, you got to make sure that your teammates, you guys got to come to class. Training classes are extremely important. To me, they were. I learned so much. I was excited about it. You know, every time I come to class still, you know, I go home and me and Bianca, we're talking about what we're going to do next. You know, I want to go recruit people. The other night, you know, I wanted to go to Walmart on, you know, Route 34 is open 24 hours. You know, let's go recruit over there. Those people are working overnights. I know they're not happy being there. You know, that's the best way, you know, and I'll sleep tomorrow. You know, I'll take a power nap. You know, or I sleep when I'm dead, like I told Bianca. You know, I sleep when I die. I'm going to be sleeping enough, so, you know. But we got to build the big guys. We got to stay positive. We got to stay focused. You know, we got to keep that energy going. You know, keep training our recruits. You know, when you recruit them, make sure you're training them. Let's not forget about them. You know, and keep them going, keep them positive. You know, I love what Primerica does. You know, I love what we have to offer here. You know, I can't even explain how excited I am. You know, when I first started, besides building the business, I could not talk in front of people. You know, I sucked. You know, you know, I was nervous. I tried to get out of it. No, I don't. You know, I want to go up there, but you know, I'm nervous right now. But you know, it like trains you so much to be a better person. You know, talking in front of people. You know, I never thought. You know, I always wanted to run a business, but never knew I could until now. I have that belief that I can. You know, and you know that's what keeps me going. And I know everybody in here could do it. You know, my teammates can do it. All our teammates here today, we can do it. And you know, I want to give a special thanks to Cindy, John, Tim, and Anita. You know, because it wasn't for them, I would not have been here. You know, and for Bianca for motivating me, and also for you know my great team that I have. You know, they're young, but they're motivated, and you know they want to make it happen. And you know, I'm here to help them make it happen. And you know, Dustin for you know text messages from Dallas. You know, keeping me going. You know, sending me texts, competing. You know, trash talking, cool. You know, it's good, Chris. You know, and everybody else in here. You know, and let's just build the big guys. I know we all can do it. You know, we just gotta train ourselves to believe in it. And one thing that I mentioned, shared with my team the other day that I was just thinking before I get off, I just remember I almost forgot, was I told my team, you know, imagine you're playing tug of war. You know, you're on one side of the rope, and some random person, you know, just comes out of the blue and tells you, your goals and dreams are on the other side of the rope, but we're gonna tie it to this building. If you pull that rope, that building, an inch or just move it a little bit, I'll make sure all your dreams and goals come true. Every single one, whatever you want, you pull it. You pull that building, I'll make it happen for you. Wouldn't we all be on the other side of the rope, pulling it, sweating, screaming, doing whatever we got to do to try to move that building, even though we know we're not moving the building? You know, and we're gonna still try. He says, you know what, you can stay here as long as you want. You know, whenever you move it, we're gonna come make it happen. You know, just think about that. Think of if you said, man, I will be pulling that rope. Now just imagine here in Primerica, we're not doing something that's not impossible. Our goals and dreams can come reality, and yeah, we gotta, you know, sweat. You know, it's gonna, you know, we're not gonna sleep. It's gonna take some work. It's not easy, but it's not impossible. So if you were one that said, yeah, we'll be pulling that rope as hard as I can, well, let's pull that rope here and let's make it happen. So you guys.